Hi. I don't know. Oh, this deck is so chatty. So, ooh, excuse me. I think I have two more packs of the Dungeons and Dragons Magic the Gathering cards. One second. Un momento, por favor. Por favor. Thank you. But I don't think I'm going to use them today. I just have them here for whenever. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to use a Witch's Tarot. We see Temperance and the Nine of Pentacles. I'm using the Big one and then also the mini one because it has a solar eclipse. It has a solar eclipse card. My brain said solar apocalypse. And I was like, no, that's not the word. It does end in ips, though. It ends in lips. But that's LYP? APOCALYPSC? APOCALYP, yeah. LYP instead of a LIP. And we're just going to see what's up. I was going to pull before and after. For some reason, it was giving me like shadow sign when I was thinking about it at the gym. But there is an actual, like on the karma card, it is like a solar eclipse. Excuse me. Hey, Zelda, how you doing today? Let me see if I can't find it. Yeah, it is like a solar eclipse. So. Oh, look, and the shadow side is at the bottom of the deck. It's giving me the shadow side because, like, this would be like the sun, and then this would be like the moon. That's why I thought about it. Oh, the Chariot and the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, especially in this deck, is my minor strength card. And I think this is also the deck where the Tower is something that can't be taken, but it can be hidden. King of Cups. What is this for specifically? I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the smaller one to clarify. So I don't know if I'll pull before and after in the smaller one. We'll see. Interesting energies, though, regardless, lately. Very interesting. I actually have one deck that I've been seeing that I'm excited about. I ordered it. And then I have another one that will be coming hopefully within a month. We'll see. It's also interesting though. So for those who I haven't told, I'm going to be moving. It is time to transfer. And there's I want to go into R&D. And so I know like the facet of industry, I guess, that I want to go into. And I'm kind of sort of torn between two locations. And I think I'm going to go to the place that I always said I never wanted to go. I think that's going to be the move. But today, I was sitting outside, just like looking into the distance, observing my surroundings. And I was just like, wow, like, it's going to look different. Like I'm really about to move. It's kind of wild. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like when it was further away, it was like more of a like, duh. Like that's why I made the choices and decisions that's why I made the choices and decisions that I made, so that when it came time to move, I would be able to say yes. But now that it's time, I'm just like, wow. Well, I'm glad I did all that. But yeah, it just like I don't know why it kind of hit me today, and I have a feeling like it might happen. I mean, it's already kind of sort of happening sooner than I thought it would. Um, but I don't know. I just got a feeling like it's going to be like really quick, because I feel like a lot of things lately have been. When it's come to changes and transitions, I feel like they've happened fairly quickly ever since I got the first job. Um, and like even when I moved in here, it happened so quick. I'm just like, wow. The tower. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands, Five of Swords at the cut. Wow. The thing that I like about the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, the thing that I like about the Five of Swords with the Five of Wands is that it feels not as sharp. It feels a lot more blunt than the Five of Swords does. So it's almost one of those like, well, it could be worse, it could be more challenging, it could be more difficult. It could like there could be a million and one things going wrong or whatever. But all of that isn't happening on top of what already needs to be done. I feel like it's supposed to be some kind of comfort to this, like especially with this tower energy. And it's like, wow, you know what? You're right. Hey Perry, how you doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Ooh. Oh snap! The sun is at the bottom of the deck now. I was gonna reach for my drink in the bottom two cards. Seven of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. Love that energy. That is gorgeous energy. Um, yeah, there's kind of sort of three. There's two places that I'm like torn between, and then there's the third place, and it's so I was scrolling probably YouTube Shorts, and it was some girl talking about rejection therapy or something like that. Like she wanted to be rejected, but she wasn't being rejected. And then she was like, there's this one job that like it requires this and this many years of experience, and I don't have any of it, but I'm going to apply for it anyway. And she was like, they offered it to me for, I think it might have been like for a reduced salary because she didn't have the qualifications, but they offered it to her. And I'm like, because there is like a third place that I'm looking at that's kind of like up there, but it doesn't feel as unattainable as it does sometimes. It honestly feels like if I want it, it could be mine. But then that's like, how much do I want it? You know what I mean? Oof. But then my word of the year is my word of the year. So, but that's what I say. That's what I say about soft words. I have a soft word this year. And soft words for me, it's not that they're soft words to me. I feel like sometimes they may feel more challenging because the word is softer. Because the word is softer, there's like a certain connotation of like ease and effortlessness and stuff like that that comes with it. And it's not that there isn't ease and that there isn't effortless, but the challenge is in maintaining ease and effortlessness when like the stuff comes. That's when it's like, oh my gosh, okay. Excuse me. But yeah, so woo. And then it's like it's a lot. And I feel like it's honestly just like a decision. There aren't any wrong, and I realized that yesterday. There aren't any wrong like choices because the path is the path and the journey is the journey, and there is nothing that necessarily closes. So I was leaning more heavily in one direction for reasons. And then I was like, well, while true, it's technically because like if I am considering the potential of another move after this move, then it doesn't really matter where I go. If another move is going to happen after that, you know what I mean? It was kind of like that. And then I was like, oh, well, that throws my reasoning out the window. That throws everything out. Like I was so certain and so sure. And it's like I kind of have synchronicity playing multiple fields. So I can't even necessarily rely on synchronicity to be like, oh, like it's like I feel like I'm in a space of true choice. And yeah, Seven of Cups choice, Ten of Pentacles, there are no wrong choices. All roads lead to El Dorado. Let's get 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, the Sun and the Hierophant. Okay. But there are things. Ooh, the Hierophant and the 4 of Wands. Okay. I'll take it. I guess, like, there are also a few different pathways in my mind, too. I don't know. This was supposed to be, like, general, but it is whatever it is. We'll just do this and then we'll... Oh, cool. Maybe I'll only take 1 card. The High Priestess just came out, and Temperance is at the bottom of the deck. With her triple moon, I don't know if I've ever necessarily seen this way, but there's almost like a triple full moon here. Because if you look at the crescents of the triple moon, if it'll focus, if you look at the crescents of the triple moon on her crown, and then the crescents on the pillars, like the pillars complete the crown. And it's interesting because yesterday I feel like, so the reason why I shared that community post, because I was in Walmart and my mom was looking at wax candle thingies. And then I looked over and there were some coasters and I saw a coaster, the one I put on the community page, where it was like solid gold and then the wood with the gold tie. And because the day before I had just done whatever that eclipse thing was, it was almost the energy of like the masculine has reclaimed that which within itself. The masculine has reclaimed that which is within itself that we attribute to the feminine. But the feminine still had to reclaim that which is within her that we attribute to the masculine. I don't know what that is or when that is going to unfold. But at least over here, Mars has been on this, whatever Mars has been on. Excuse me, that's been really like next level. And Venus has been like letting Mars do Mars. It's all gone. I'm sad. Um, oh, and she's got her black cat there. The black cat that's usually with the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Two more. Temperance and the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is my minor High Priestess card. And we see the moon in the background. There you go. You see the moon. Zamun. Oop. Okay. Death and the King of Swords. Death is the next card. And then there's a kid offering a bouquet of white roses or white flowers to the Reaper. Is that like Stonehenge? Is this Stonehenge in the back? Because I don't know why this is coming through today, but it's giving. I know in lunar calendars there are 13 months, and then in the solar calendar now there are 12 months because we added July and August to the calendar, or somebody in Rome added July and August to the calendar for Julius and Augustus. But it's almost like it's something that's been like removed from time, or like there's a time outside of time. And it almost makes me think of, I didn't watch the movie, but I saw a movie recapped that it was like there's this girl who lives outside of time. Like there was one day, I forget how frequently it is, but there is one day where literally the whole world is still and she's the only one that like moves. She's the only one that isn't frozen. And to everybody else, like their days just sort of like go in whatever time. But for her, she gets that period of time outside of time. And it's given something like that. Like a missing 13th solar month. I guess I should have known when the High Priestess came that she was going to be doing something. What's interesting, what's drawing my eye now is this tree in the background. And maybe it's drawing my eye because I also had a thought, I was going to combine the wild unknown animal spirits and tarot. And then I had a thought to also look around the trees because a few days ago, there was the energy that came out of the realms on the Yggdrasil tree. Like something with the Yggdrasil world tree was like shifting and like moving. And then I clicked on, I started watching that new anime, and the girl's last name was Odin. And I was like, okay. It was Gifu City and Gifu Prefecture. Um, and then when I pulled the cards from the Lafruma, it was two different trees. Right? Or no, it was the pear tree. Ash came out. The Alchemy of Ash came out, and Ash is a personal Yggdrasil tree. And then there was something about the pear tree like maturing to the point where we could like actually smell, sense that fruit. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, trees. That kind of makes sense. That's why it stands out to me, though. But for this to be like world tree energy, like, even with the tree as big as this tree is, it still feels young. And maybe it's because it's not, the foliage isn't too dense. I think that's why it's giving like young energy. Now, with this high priestess and death, this could also be just like things moving and transforming in ways that only the high priestess would know about. And like very subtle, very unseen, very behind the veil, very high, very low places where things are moving. And I guess now I see like all of the trees in this tower and how they are pretty barren, no foliage. I guess it's like, I don't know if it's like after a certain amount of time. King of Swords, Knight of Swords. If after a certain amount of time, or if after a certain amount of change, then we start to see the tower move, or if the tower is moving, but there is, it's almost like the motivations behind it are a lot bigger than we may think. This deck feels like so light to me. It feels like I'm dealing with half of a deck. Maybe it's because the cards are thin. I don't know. It's not like a super thick. Card stock. Last card. The Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups fell down onto the table and it like slid up in reverse. So it kind of fell next to, like in the row with death. But then as it like went in reverse and slid up, it was moving up to the Seven of Cups. Because it's 1, 2, 3. Three of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups upright. And this is a Page of Cup whose fish is like in the cup, in the cup. If we take 3 cups away from 7 cups, that's 4 cups. Or the 7 of Cups could be 3 cups away from 10 cups. And they have to be turned upright. This is endings and beginnings, like interpersonal endings and beginnings. It's almost like saying goodbye to, hey Holly, how you doing today? It's almost like it's saying goodbye to, oh, like a group of friends or something, and then you're like meeting new people. And it's like they're all together. So like I'm gonna be moving. So the people that I know around here that I'm not going to necessarily see where I'm going, right? This could be goodbyes, and this could be hellos. Oh, and then the Two of Swords again, minor high priestess, which is interesting. Like I have my own, for me in my personal life, I have my own, not necessarily lesson, because I kind of sort of, I wasn't gonna like take it necessarily, but I remember like months ago when I was thinking about like moving up or doing whatever. It was some of my coworkers. They were like, "Oh, like we would miss you if you left. Like you can't leave." But at the same time, it's like that doesn't stop anyone else from doing what they need to do or want to do in their lives. You know what I mean? And I kind of felt that. I was like, man, I would feel bad that like I left. I don't know who you are. I would feel bad if I left. But now I'm like, well, everybody else leaves. Life moves on. I can't let that stop me from moving forward anymore. So now I'm okay with it. Maybe I'm the little fish that's in the cup. Maybe the divine is like, it's okay, little fish. I'm going to take you from this body of water to another body of water. Or this could be the fish being released in the wild. Like in Finding Nemo, if the dentist just took the fish to the ocean instead of them literally pretending to die so that they would get flushed. If the doctor just like was like, oh, like the fish want to be out in the wild. These aren't fish that want to stay in the tank, so I'm gonna release them. Type energy. You know what I mean? So if this or if this Three of Cups moves up here and then turns up right, because this could also be like new friends and stuff that I haven't met yet. Then the 7 plus 3 would be 10. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. 10, 10. It is definitely springtime. Grass is being mowed. Allergies are allergying. I don't know. Yesterday, that was the day before yesterday, right? Oh, no, you're fine. That's the nature of journeys. There are parts where we like weave in and out. Sometimes hello, sometimes goodbyes. What's interesting about this Seven of Cups card in particular? Oh, hold up. I was going to say what's interesting about this Seven of Cups card in particular is that there's like this wizardy magician on it. So it's more like manifesting options, creating options. But because I'm looking at cups with things in it, I'm looking at this Page of Cups because she's got a fish in her cup, right? So, too, it could be like making a choice that's not on the board. I think that's also why this High Priestess is with the Death card. Or it gives a new context to the High Priestess and the Death card because it may not be anything that I'm necessarily aware of right now. I could connect with whoever, talk to whoever, something could come up, and I could end up somewhere completely different. Wow. And that is my minor high priestess card. She's the minor high priest. The Two of Swords is intuitive enough to know that something's going on, but aware enough to know that she doesn't know what it is. And so she almost waits until she gets like a sign or some kind of confirmation or validation. It's like when the title card comes out and the message is live life and find out. This is living life until she finds out. Is this? What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna look before and after the page cuts. Because now I'm like, wait. Because there are definitely things that I want. Four of Swords, Four of Cups, at the cut. See, here's the 7 minus 3 to get the 4 upright. If we don't take the approach of waiting for those last 3 to like flip up. I'm like, hold up. And maybe that's why it's like a tower. For some reason, when I see this tower and this deck, it gives me an energy of deposits. It feels like the crown lifted off of the tower and then the light descended from the heavens and filled the tower. Okay, I'll get one more and then I'll cut it. The Chariot, the 6 of Wands, the Wheel of the Year. Movement, more movement, and the Wheel of the Year. Bottom 3. Cool. What's interesting about this is, though, no, they're gone. There was something about the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. It was that yellow. Look, and then there's the Knight of Pentacles. Literally, after the Wheel of the Year was the Knight of Pentacles. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles over here, under the Two of Swords. Let's see if I can find them. The King of Swords, there's the King of Swords. The Four of Swords was in between the King of Swords and Knight of Swords. There's something about the yellow around the horse and the yellow cloak of that Knight of Swords and the yellow cloak garment of this King of Swords. Like I was focused on that, which I guess would be like solar plexus type energy. But on the Chariot, it's draped in that same golden yellow color. And that's what, like, even this Six of Wands. Even the Six of Wands has this, well, it's like red embroidered with gold. It's just like this red and gold. But the helmet looks a little bit more gold. There's some gold in the armor and then the red and then like the red with the gold trimming. Interesting. So interesting. Who am I looking for? Page Cups. There she goes. 9 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Knight of Swords is after the 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. Now I'm trying to go back through my own 12 hours of light. That's a lot of light. Oof. I feel like this is almost the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands to me is like something that was at least challenging to cultivate and grow. And now I'm trying to think of is there anything that I wanted that was really difficult at a certain point? You know what I mean? And there's a title card in the mini tarot. So if I'm not supposed to dig into it, it would come out. What else would I just turned the Three of Cups back in reverse. I put it up right when I moved it next to the Seven of Cups. I was actually looking to see if the second episode of Glass of God came out. Because again, the High Priestess is here with the Death card. And the Tower is here. The Two of Swords is also here, which is the minor High Priestess. And there has been a few energies lately of meetings or encounters that haven't happened yet. It's almost like with the Three of Cups in reverse and the Page of Cups upright. It is also part of that beginnings and endings, but it's also friends, community, found family that haven't been met yet. And that's why it's in reverse, because it hasn't happened yet. I'm going to look before and after the Eight of Swords. It would be either the Eight of Swords or the Eight of Cups, because I have a 7 and a 9. But I'm going to look around the Eight of Swords because it's something that is unseen. And I'm going to shuffle it. 10 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, something that's been difficult. But this is a Nine of Wands that is not beaten, battered, bruised, bloody. That's a very victorious Nine of Wands energy. She's one of my favorite Nine of Wands because of her energy. Oh, that is the Ace of Swords just fell out. What's interesting about this Ace of Swords is there is no crown. When I look at an Ace of Swords card, I like to look at how far from the hilt the crown is, because in my mind, sometimes it's the closer to the hilt, the more we'll be able to comprehend or understand. The crown is our crown chakra, or is our mind. And this is where we actually grip the sword. So if the crown is all the way up here, it's something that's way way above our heads. I look at it like that sometimes. The bottom of the deck is the sun again. Sun, Strength, Justice, Six of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Sun, Strength, Justice, Six of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. It's giving me work well done type energy. I'm looking for the Eight of Swords. Oh, so Eight of Cups is the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. There's a lot of mixed suits. Like the Queen of Swords. This was what the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands sitting right next to each other. King of Cups, Queen of Wands sitting right next to each other. I think over here it was the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So I'm looking before and after the Eight of Swords, right? To see what is unseen here. When I was at the gym, Supernatural was on one of the TVs, and there was a woman who said that she had dreams about things she had forgotten. Because I'm like, what would I have been working so hard towards that, like, especially at the time, would have been really challenging or really difficult for it to like almost like come back and be a surprise. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I've been looking for the Eight of Swords for what I don't see. The Two of Cups and the Nine of Wands. She's there again. And what I love about these is that it's almost this energy of like not giving up. But we already saw that with, where'd it go? Oh, it was down here. With the work that was worth doing. Sun, Strength, Justice, Six of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Cups is before the Two of Cups. The Hierophant is after the Nine of Wands. Two of Cups and the Nine of Wands. What is unseen? Interesting. There's almost because the Nine of Wands with the Two of Cups, there's almost an energy here that is very, it's like a Three of Pentacles energy. And then the Seven of Pentacles plus the Three of Pentacles would be the Ten of Pentacles that's already on the table. It's like a Three of Pentacles energy because it's almost like what I lack, you have, what you lack, I have. But it's almost more like let's say that there is a certain set of skills that I have acquired throughout my journey, or a certain connections that I've acquired because my journey has been my journey. And I'm wearing like my Purdue shirt, my District of Traditions shirt. And I was on campus for a lot longer than I initially thought. But because I was there for so long, I made so many connections, and I actually got opportunities after my intended 4 years that I didn't get in that first 4. Right. And then when I came home, my intention was to come home, finish my classes, get my degree, because I took 2 incompletes. So come home, finish the coursework, complete my incompletes, get my degree, and then move out to start work or whatever. But I've been home. It's like the journey has been full of challenges and it's been full of delays, but It's almost like that was the point. And the challenges and delays that I've experienced that have led me to acquire things that I wouldn't have otherwise, it feels like it's gonna like be beneficial because of the nature of some kind of space or because of the environment that I may be going into. And it's like it may be one of those like, oh, like if I wouldn't have done this or if I wouldn't have did that. Like even with my jobs, like with the first job, if I would have quit or if I would have not covered for the maternity leave of my one coworker, I would not have survived where I am now. If I would have ran away when the night started to get a little dark and I was like, whoa, shook, shook. If I would have run away, I would not have been able to do the job that I have now. And I definitely wouldn't have been able to do what I did in around my birthday, actually. I think it was the day after my birthday. I think it was Leap Day. Leap Day was Thursday, right? Because my birthday was a Wednesday. Yeah, it was actually on Leap Day that I like did stuff that I would not have been able to do if I had quit. And I made a connection. So now when I'm considering these different places, I'm like, well, I made this really awesome connection and I had a really good time and I enjoyed working with these people. And these, like the person that I connected with is in a role or he does like he's a like a program authority or some process authority or something like that. And I would love to be like a subject matter expert or something. I would love to have some kind of expertise that I could like lend, that I could like travel with. You know what I mean? And I actually met him on Leap Day. I met them on Leap Day. And what's interesting is, I guess, like, if I wouldn't have talked about it as much as I did, then no one would have known that that's what I wanted or that's what I was interested in. Like the Nine of Wands is accurate. The Nine of Wands is accurate. Well, I would say, wow, yeah. For my own life and journey, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. I almost wish that there was, but it's this Nine of Wands. This Nine of Wands is accurate because it was challenging and it was difficult at points, but I wasn't like battered, beat up, bruised, or bloody. I was gonna say I wish there was like a Nine of Wands energy that isn't as wounded as the wounded warrior in the Nine of Wands, but she isn't wounded. So like this card is perfect. It was definitely that. Um, but it's also because of that. But that like again, that's this energy. Sun, strength, justice, Six of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. And that's just like I've reached this point in my life and my journey where I truly know that like it's because the journey has been the journey. It's because that life has been life that I know that like if something is like I've learned when to like stick certain things out. I've learned when to tough it out and when to keep showing up and like when it's worth it to continue investing. And I've learned to differentiate my intuition going, okay, it's time to let go. Okay, it's time to leave from this is challenging and this is difficult because even when I was at the last place, as hard as it got, as challenging as it was, as shook as I was when everything was happening, my intuition never told me to leave. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave at some points. I wanted to go. But my intuition was like, tough it out. Like, stick with it. It's not time to go. And I was like, okay. I can see now why, of course. And again, it was almost very much like this energy. It was very this Two of Swords. Like my intuition is telling me to stay. I don't know why, because I feel like there's a whole bunch of unnecessary mess that I have to deal with. And it's so many things that I don't even like. I don't want to have to be in this situation. I don't want to have to do this. I don't want to have to do that. But my intuition like never told me to leave. And so I stayed. And again, now I know why. But I feel like this still doesn't answer my question. I feel like this is just with the Page of Cups and the Minor High Priestess. It's just very like it feels like it's an energy of like, maybe something that you've been working or I've been working towards for a while. Something that could have been impossible at some time, maybe because of my eyes. Something that could have been challenging, maybe because industry and me having the level of experience that I had. But then there's like this Two of Cups energy with the eight. It's just like it's almost like the divine acknowledging, like, yes, like we know it's been challenging and we know that it's been difficult, but you will see that it was very much so worth it. And it's just like that. I'm like, but like, what is it? Worth it. I'm like, okay. And like, because the Ace of Swords came out, I feel like too, that is like, just that like oh my gosh, like everything really was, and this is something that's been kind of wild and kind of crazy just in general. I feel like there's the part of intuition and discernment and divine revelation that is very timely. It'll be a message, a synchronicity, a dream, something that you come across, and then something will happen. So like the dream symbol synchronicity message like prepares you, and then like real life shows up and you get an opportunity that, depending on how you handled the forewarning, not forewarning, depending on how you handled the foreshadowing, you may get to navigate the whatever comes up in a way that maybe you wouldn't have necessarily if you were like completely taken, like caught off guard. And I've seen like there's something about the orchestration, the grand orchestration of events, of like this happening at this time, and then this happens, and it's very like boom, 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 like dominoes, and it's like, and like not only in my own personal life, but in like the lives of other people that I've been like people that I know of. You know what I mean? I can't speak for the collective at large because I don't talk to the collective at large. I wouldn't know. But like I've noticed it in my life, and I've noticed it in the lives of some of my friends and family members, and just how like timely everything is. Um, yeah. Oh, Ace of Swords. Like this is like everything like lining up. I think I want to look before and after the Ten of Cups. Or am I gonna do? I'll do the Three of Pentacles because I got the Seven of Pentacles here. I want to get the Three of Pentacles to build out the other side of this. Um, to build out the other side of this Ten of Pentacles, and then I'm going to get the Ten of Cups to add that up too. Well, this came out. I'll leave this down here. Excuse me. It's all just been so very interesting. And I'm like, Okay, I just saw the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, there's the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. Who is this? The Knight of Wands. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. Okay. That kind of works. Teeny tiny tarot cards. Tarot cards. But besides that, I don't know. I feel like I've just been like, I feel like I've just been like kind of existing at the same time too. But I don't, there's just like so much. I'm just like this, I don't know. I don't know where the energy is. I don't know where I am. I'm just like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What? Queen of Pentacles. Oh, the Ten of Cups. It's right here. Okay. It was in the bottom three cards. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Ten of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Eight of Wands. Yeah, see, I feel like that's that quick and unexpected energy. And what's so interesting is, like, I texted my boss and I was like, of course, I was doing my thank yous. Like, thank you for showing me what it really means. Or thank you. I was like, thank you for helping instill in me what it really means to work in the role that I was working in a way that I didn't necessarily know before. And it is like, that's just what it means to be like the last line of defense or whatever. And then she said something and she was like, something like, don't doubt yourself or something like that. And I was like, because in my interview, somebody was like, I've had opportunities where people thought, like, I've gotten opportunities throughout my career to like move into a position that I didn't necessarily feel ready for, but somebody, believed in me enough and I did it and I'm glad I did. So never sell yourself short. And sometimes you got to take the leap. And now I'm looking at these cards and I'm like, if a leap is required, I'm like, obviously I'm going to take the leap because that was literally the point of everything. Again, like it was last year, the top of last year, 2023, or was it partway through the year? Maybe it was after the solar lunar eclipse we had last year, the first round. I don't know. But I could just feel that there was something that was going to come in the future that was like a really, really, really big leap. And I know I've talked about it, but I'll talk about it again. I could feel a really, really, really big leap coming in the future. And it made me nervous because I didn't know if I would be able to say yes to it. And I didn't like that. So I made choices and decisions in my life and I navigated my life in a way to make me feel more comfortable in my ability to say yes when it comes. To make me comfortable within my knowing of myself that when the opportunity, when the blessing, when the miracle arrives, I'm not going to pass it by. I'm going to stand receptive and I'm going to honor it. And so I've made the choices and decisions again, and I've done what I did to be able to say yes when it comes. So I know that I'm going to say yeah. But I feel like when it's like, I don't mean I'm not going to be like nervous. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be like, ooh. But I don't think I've ever noticed that she has a dog. I say that because there's a dog in the Ten of Pentacles. Does she have a dog in the big version? I've never seen that dog before. This is like it's almost like a loyalty rewarded type energy. But it's loyalty to self. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Woo! Okay. Wow. So before and after the Ten of Cups, I'm looking for the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. Before and after the Ten of Cups is the Six of Swords and Karma, and it's sailing towards that eclipse. On the way it passes the Ten of Cups. I'm so yeah. I'm so. I will honestly probably that will not be the last. If I can help it, that will not be the last solar, like total solar eclipse that I see in my life. I will travel. Honestly, because to me it was worth it. Oh my gosh, they're right next to each other. And the Eight of Wands is right behind. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. And yeah, she does have a dog. I just never noticed the dog. Or I don't recall noticing the dog. I feel like the King of Pentacles in this deck. No, I see them both quite often. On the other side, so what? Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands and the Fool on his side, the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands on her side. Eight of Wands is right here. Eight of Wands, Ten of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Eight of Wands. Something is going to happen quick. I got a lot of Taurus in my chart. I'm not. I guess it depends. Because, like, when I moved in here, that happened really quickly. There have been, maybe it's time for me to correct my self-narrative. Because I was going to say, I'm not the type of person that necessarily moves too quickly. Like, I feel like no one should be surprised by that. Oh, maybe if you see me on here and if you've seen me on here, there are some arenas of my life where I do have some momentum, and my personal, anything related to my journey, momentum, because I got somewhere to be. But for a lot of other things, I can be really slow. I ask a lot of questions. I can be quite skeptical. Ask my number one fan. But also there have been times like when I've known that it's right, I'm like, yes. Like I toured this place, this complex, and then I feel like there wasn't a significant amount of time between when I toured the complex, when a room opened up, when I signed the lease, and when I moved in. Because I started working May 30. I moved in June 16. It was very quick. But I had a price point in mind. And through the living of life and the following of synchronicity, I don't even want to, the living of life, the following of synchronicity. No, because I was following my intuition first. And then synchronicity. I don't even know if that's synchronicity. I feel like it was just life. It was circumstances. I followed my intuition, and then circumstances had it be the exact number that I had in mind. And I didn't even catch that it was the number that I had in mind until I went to sign the lease. I was like, oh, like that's the exact number that I had in my mind that I had allotted to like the housing situation. And so, yeah, I went with that and it all worked out. I didn't drag my feet on that. Cool. Still looking for that Ten of Pentacles now. Or am I looking for the... I'll do the 10 over here and then the 3 in the bigger deck. High Priestess right next to the Two of Swords. You were curious. Ace of Wands, title card, the Moon, the Shadow Side, the Hanged One. Let's see. I think I am going to try to go through this order. So just got to pay attention. I just gotta Page of Wands, Ace of Cups. They just slid. What am I looking for? Ten of Pentacles. So it's going to be at the top of the deck. Hello. Did I already pass the... Where is it? Hold up. Where is the Ten of Pentacles? Let's do this one more time. We'll give it another shuffle. I had to have overlooked it. King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Slowly and steadily. And like the reason why, I don't know if I've ever mentioned why I share it the way that I share it. Like I knew the energy was coming. Like my intuition, my connection told me that it was coming. With me knowing me, I made certain choices and decisions to make sure that I align with a yes when the question is asked. And the reason why I mention it is I know me. There have been plenty of opportunities that were exactly what I was wanting, exactly what I was asking for, more than what I was asking for, beyond what I thought capable, and were exactly what I was working towards. And I said no. And so when I look at the energy, I have to also, for me, I have to know me, because I don't want to say no. I want to say yes. But because I know me, I know that there are things that I can do within me to make sure that I'm able to say yes when the time comes. And it's like self-knowing, self-awareness, right? I think sometimes we can get, sometimes we'll get a message or our intuition will tell us that something is going to happen or something is going to come. And I don't know, because I am the way that I am, and because my life is the only life that I live. I know for me, sometimes I have to do something to make sure that I'm ready. I know that even if it does come, I'm not necessarily going to receive it if I'm not in a space to receive it. And the reason why I share it, or the reason why I share it in the way that I share it, is to invite you to exercise self-awareness, to know that if there is anything that you need to do to get ready, to prepare, maybe it's a purge, maybe it's a heal, maybe it's rest, maybe it's work, whatever it is for you, so that it's not one of those like, well, it came and then it passed me by because I said no, or I wasn't ready, or whatever. I don't know the reason. But like, you and you know what's coming. It's the space of like that King of Swords. There was the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups was like passive intuition, and the King of Swords was active intuition. The King of Swords. Oh, and the King of Swords came out. Okay, I forgot. I was looking at the King of Swords like, who are you? And I think it was literally the King of Swords in this deck. I'm pretty sure that started the whole active intuition. Active intuition is when we have a part in whatever playing out. Passive intuition is like when like, oh, this is going to happen and it doesn't matter what I do, it's going to play out or happen regardless. Now, the passive intuition could be the opportunity. The opportunity is going to be presented whether you do this or whether you don't. Or it's going to be on your radar, or you're going to be in the vicinity of that opportunity. Queen of Cups, passive intuition. The High Priestess is totality. She knows everything. But I feel like sometimes, at the very least, when we see or when our intuition is telling us something, we don't necessarily always see the part that we play in making it come about. It's just like, this is going to happen. So, yeah, like Raven, that's when she would have a vision, and then sometimes she would make the vision come true. And like it would be a vision that she was trying to prevent, but there was some action that she took that actually made it come to fruition. And it was like, well, if you would have left it alone, like nothing would have happened. But she didn't see that part. She didn't vision the entire sequence of events. She visioned parts and pieces. So anyway, 10 pennies, where you at? 10 pennies, where you at? Where's the 10 pentacles? It's not already on the table. I don't think. Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Justice. There's Justice again. The Hierophant, the Magician, the Hierophant, Six of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. King of Swords and Knight of Swords are together again. They weren't together before. Well, they were separated by like one card. And then I shuffled again and they were further. And now they're back. What? Yeah, I don't got time today. Oh, I don't even have my mouse. Wow, this is so annoying. It's fine. Hierophant, Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, King of Swords, Nine of Swords. Six of Pentacles was actually, did I mention it? I just saw it. Two of Pentacles and Justice. The Two of Pentacles is about balance, it's about choices and decisions. Thank you, Perry. For some reason, like, you know the little bubble that they added where you can like send the reactions, like the hearts and the 100 and stuff? On the desktop, like I can't click the bubbles on the bottommost chat because it's right there and I can't move it. So Two of Pentacles and Justice. Two of Pentacles, choices, decisions, priorities. They line up. This is almost like bigger picture because they're looking up. See, there's Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords energy. It's so interesting. Because again, this is the minor High Priestess, right? This is the day-to-day choices, decisions, balancing, prioritizing. But because this guy is like looking up, there's almost like this bigger picture, intuitive, whatever, excuse me, in mind. Also, I like to look at the placement of these pentacles. Now, on this card, they're not even, but they're not necessarily. Let's see. I wish I could like. What is that angle? This would be 0. Straight across is 0. That's maybe like 20 degrees. I'm trying to figure out what that angle is. It's not a full 45 because a full 45 would be like at the diagonal. It's almost like half of a 45. I like to look at how balanced or unbalanced. I like to look at the difference in where the pinnacles are in a Two of Pentacles card. He's like, am I doing this right? Now, I put these cards under the Ten of Cups cards. So this Two of Pentacles is looking up at the Ten of Cups. It's under the Eight of Wands, but it's looking up at the Ten of Cups. Cool. And then over here, Seven of Swords at the bottom. The Seven of Swords in this deck has an interesting story with the Page of Pentacles. If the Page of Pentacles card comes out, I'll mention it. The Seven of Swords, actually, there's the Chariot again. See, look. The Chariot is heading towards that Eight of Swords. I feel like this deck is so... I feel like it's missing like half of the cards. I've just been handling thick decks, I guess, lately. I think it always feels like this, though. The Seven of Swords came out on that one day that I pulled cards. It was like the first card that came out. And again, I feel like it was like related to the stuff that I don't like. I'm very, I guess it's probably no surprise that I'm a very like intellectual person, but I'm also a very like intuitive type person at the same time. But my intuition, like, I don't know. Because I'm also the type of person, like, honestly, I feel like for me, I don't, like, I feel like spirituality in general to Patrick is like this ongoing, nonstop conversation. Like, I never really turn it off, or I never, like, I don't have a certain space that I go to like engage. It's just like this open conversation. It's like if you're hanging out with somebody in real life, but you're like, you're sitting in the same room, but you're not necessarily talking to each other. But if like you're on your phone and you're scrolling and you're like, oh, like look at this, and then you initiate a conversation with the other person, it's kind of like that. Like we're in the same room. Sometimes we talk, sometimes we're just chilling, and it's a vibe. So that's why for me, it's like, because I remember like there are sometimes I'll just like get a thought. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Is it a down? I don't know the, like I know like channeling, and I know that there are words, channeling and downloads and stuff. But that's why I was like, is that a download? I guess I don't know. But again, for me, it's just like this ongoing conversation. Sometimes I'll initiate something. I feel like I haven't necessarily too much. Like back in the day, especially when I was growing up, it will be a lot of like, why is the world like this? Why are people like this? What's going on? Or like, I'm going through this. How come the relationship that we have and the you that I know is different than the you that I hear about? Like, girl, get your people. And why do I mention that? Oh, because of the Seven of Swords. Oh, Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. This is literally my favorite combination because it leads to the Tower, and then after the Tower is the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. And this is what my journey has literally been about. These Ten of Swords moments It's about Nine of Swords seeing, especially in the beginning. It was about Nine of Swords seeing, even if it puts me in a space of uncomfortability or anxiety or whatever, because when I see it and acknowledge it, I can work through it and then I can get over it. And it doesn't have to be this invisible looming force controlling my life and my decision making to the point where it's putting me in a position that I don't like to be in. Like I ignored my problems for like long enough in my life. Um, but yeah, when it came out, it was almost this like I have a lot of thoughts and feelings and extensive sometimes conversations, and I don't necessarily like talk about all of it. Like I talk about a lot, I feel like, and there's still yet a lot more that goes on in this noodle. But the Seven of Swords in this deck in particular, it's a card of it doesn't matter. If the Page of Pentacles comes out because their story is together, even though like it involves the Queen of Pentacles, the King of it's more like the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Oh, now it's the Eight of Swords and the Lovers. What? No. All right. Ooh. And I'll cut it, and I'm looking for the Three of Pentacles to round out this seven over here. The Emperor, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, bottom three. Cool. Taking charge, making those choices and decisions, prioritizing. Emperor, Nine of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Empress, Ten of Cups. There's the Emperor and the Empress. Cool. Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Oh, here's the Three of Pentacles. Page of Swords, Three of Wands. After the Three of Wands is the Fool. The Fool and the Seven of Pentacles. This is interesting. Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords. This is almost like it has enough water. Like it doesn't need more water because I'm watering it. Going back to the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. It's like if I give it more water, I'd just be drowning the plant. Like something else is going on. What else is going on? Now here's the Three of Pentacles. Oh wait, I need that. Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. And then the Fool, Nine of Pentacles, and the Hermit. The Fool was after. The Fool and the Seven of Pentacles. That's difficult. Again, like, and this is one of the more maybe inquisitive of Seven of Pentacles. Like, yeah, this is growing, but like there could be more. What? I guess that makes sense. Page of Swords and the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands looks out towards the future, right? We also see the ship in both the Three of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Or we see a ship. We see multiple ships in the Three of Wands. I guess this is a self-read. / journeying. This is how I journey my journey because I know me. Patrick can be very stubborn, can be very slow, can also be like flexible and like pretty quick. Um, but ultimately, like, I don't know, things for me have to make sense. And if they don't make sense, then my intuition has to like fill me in, or my intuition has to be like, it does make sense for a reason. Just keep going with it and it'll work out. I mean, that's also how I like learn. I learn by accepting things because I've figured or I've experienced that um, I've experienced that it's like things make sense eventually. Like if something is new at the start, of course, it may not make sense if it's something that I'm not aware of at all. But as I keep learning, and then as we go through examples, and then as I start to use it, I kind of sort of like see how it clicks. And then it's like, oh, or my brain works in metaphors. So sometimes I can make a metaphor to something else that will create almost like these temporary neural connections until the knowing is cemented. So it's like there's this temporary neural connection that bridges a gap of um, not misunderstanding, but like not understanding until I know enough to like have it cemented through its proper whatever. Why am I bringing that up? I don't remember. Oh, because I was talking about Patrick. Yeah, because I know me. I feel like I know me in the ways that I've self sabotaged in the past better than I know me in the ways that I've always been like resilient and have achieved things that I've set a goal towards and stuff like that. Because when I was being resilient, I didn't see it as resiliency. I saw it as, even though like that's what I was doing, I was more focused on like what I wasn't doing, I guess. And I was more focused on like being depressed about the things that I couldn't control, the ways that I felt like I was failing. And like, and by that I mean like I'm skipping class. I just skipped an exam. I skipped a final. You know what I mean? Like if you don't show up, type of like I'm over here like, and like things were not, I feel like I was treating it as if everything were paid for and I had no worries and no concerns or whatever. And that was not the case. That was not my life at all. Um, and then, of course, like I got to where I was at the end, but it's because I know how I can be that now I try to be extra mindful. And it's also because I've experienced so much of life on the other side of fear and on the other side of trying that it's like, well, I can't stop now. Right? It's already gotten this good because I've tried and because I've toughed it out and because I didn't give up. But that's like my self awareness piece. If I would have just left it all up to like, well, maybe I feel like doing it on the day. Maybe I could have. Maybe I'm not going to say that I wouldn't because I don't know. But I wasn't going to leave it at the chance either because I want what I want. So I don't even know what was on the other side of that Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, plus the Page of Swords, Three of Wands. This just gave me 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. It was the 3 plus the 7 of the 10 of swords at the bottom of the deck over there. No, I don't have a 9 of, this is 11. And the Ace of Wands was wherever that was. I take it back. I was like, oh, 3 plus 9 is 10. That is not how. I got the 8 of Wands. I got the 9 of Wands twice. The 6 of Wands. Let's look at the elements. I'm curious. So 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords on the table. And then we got 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups in reverse. Well, I mean, it came out upright and it slid in reverse. 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups that I went looking for. Page of Cups. Then it's 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands twice. And then it is the 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. And then we got Justice, the Will of the Year, the Chariot, the Tower, the High Priestess, Death. And those are the cards on the table. 2 of my birth cards are actually on the table. I'm a Tower Chariot combination. If you couldn't have guessed, I feel like the longer I live, especially within the past 4 years, within the past like 4 years, I see that Tower and Chariot in a way that I didn't necessarily see it before. I feel like I didn't read this Page of Swords, 3 of Wands. Both of these cards feel like they have an energy of outlook. I'll say that. The 3 of Wands is almost very like wishful. The Page of Swords is very like logical. I feel like this is literally what I was talking about. This is what I'll see, feel, and then Page of Swords, this is me logicking like, okay, like if this energy is coming or if this is going to happen, what do I need to do to position myself appropriately, to position myself as best I can when I interact with it? And it's interesting because I feel like this is the reason why I brought it up. Probably when I did that self-read on 4/3 maybe. I feel like it's the only one without a title lately. Excuse me, I could have waited until the yarn was over. But that's why I brought up, like, when I was young, I would follow video game news. So that a year to 2 years before a game was released, as soon as it was announced, I would go to GameStop, put down my $5 pre-order deposit, and then over a year to 2 years, I would pay it off so that on release day, I would be able to go pick up the game. I wasn't dropping all that money on release day every single time I wanted a game. I knew that it was coming and I prepared myself. I made choices and decisions. I made sacrifices when I had to make sacrifices, knowing that on release day, when this comes out, it's going to be paid in full. So all I got to do is go pick it up because I don't have the resources to go and just keep dropping all this money on a game all at once. I didn't have it like that. But what I did have, I managed to, with attentiveness, make it work. And it's pretty much the same, but in a different arena. I can feel this thing coming in the future that is so outside of my comfort zone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to say yes, but that's not happening tomorrow. So in the meantime, I'm going to navigate my life in a way that pushes me further and further outside of my comfort zone to establish my foundation, to help me establish confidence within myself, but also to prove to me that Like, life isn't what it used to be because I've only lived the life that I used to live. Now, because of surgery, my life is completely different. And my context to life is completely different. My relationship with life is completely different because my mobility is different. And so it makes sense that I wouldn't know what I can and can't do anymore. Life is going to show me. If I see the energy and if I say, yes, divine, yes, spirit, yes, God, that is what I want. The vision that you're showing me, I want that. I know it's going to come to pass. So then I could do these things, just like I put my $5 down and then I do $2 here or $3 there, however many dollars. And over the course of a year to 2 years, when the time comes for it to release, it'll be paid in full and I'll be able to go pick it up. And again, like that's this, and like with the Three of Pentacles. When that's my approach, I don't have to have it all at once. I don't have to have everything all figured out. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be free of doubt or worry or whatever, just a little bit at a time. And I get there, you know? And people, it was so wild to me when somebody was like, oh, we're not rich. Like, I'm not rich like you. So I can't just go like get back game as soon as it comes. I'm like, rich girl. Like, I know that I'm a Taurus moon and rising, and that Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that Venus is associated with the Empress, who I guess has a certain amount of like abundance and stuff because she's got it like that. But me, I am not rich. I'm prepared. I'm a Capricorn, midheaven, Uranus and Neptune. And I ain't got a drop of Virgo in my chart, but we'll make it work. But I've also, like, when it comes to things that I want, when I set a goal, like, that's the process. Like, it's like it's a year to 2 years. There are 365 days in a year, and the DS games cost like $30 to $35. And those 365 to 365 times 2, that's what, 600 plus 120, 720, 730. And those 730 days, if I can like save $1 from lunch, or if I can go hungry for like one day and put that to like, you know, I can put that towards the game and then I would have it. And it was sacrifices that I was willing to make. Now, my mom, on the other hand, she's like, well, if you're not going to, like if you don't need lunch money, just say that. I'm like, no, I do need lunch money. I need lunch money to get this game in 2 years. I'm trying to do that. Hold on, give me a second. 7:30. Woo, 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 woo. I might just be live today. I kind of want to open this booster pack. I think I might do it, since I didn't necessarily do what I was thinking I was going to do. But again, like, the reason why I share it is because, like, I don't know. It's not for anybody to do what I don't wish my journey on anybody, honestly, because I am the way that I am, and because I'm just as stubborn with my best friend as I am with my mom, as I am with spirit. There is nothing and no one, no presence in my life that is immune to. Were you? So you know them days, because my little brother Just Muffin, he was doing it with me too. We was pre-ordering. We pay attention. E3, what was it? G4. We paid attention to the gaming news. Like, oh, this game dropped in like 15 months. Let's go put our $5 pre-order down, and then over the course of a year and a half, we can pay it off. And like when somebody was like, "Oh, well, I'm not rich like you," I was like me, like me. Okay. But maybe they saw they were looking into the future. But anyway, how you doing, Muffin? But yeah, I don't, because I am as stubborn as I am, I'm like, I don't wish it on anybody. It's just know you, know yourself, so that when you get a vision or when you have a feeling, if you're the type of person that knocks it out of the park every time because you're cardinal and you got it like that, then obviously what I say probably wouldn't be very like helpful for you. You know what I mean? But if you're not the type of person that just like got it like that, whenever something comes up and when you're kind of put on the spot, it may be beneficial to like knowing who you are and how you are to prepare yourself. I just like I wasn't willing to risk it. Right. Woo. You go hungry sometimes. Or like if you had a birthday or like Christmas over the year too, then like you would get that. But it was a lot of lunch money that went towards those games over the course of 365 to 730 days. Um, but yeah, am I gonna open up this booster pack? Maybe I'll come live later. I don't know. Now that you up, I might get on the game. I might just play video games now. But something is coming. Something big. I'm like, oh gosh. I was like, even just thinking about it, the day before yesterday, I was like starting to get a little nervous because I'm gonna be moving. And it's like, wow. I guess this is that time. And I don't know why it kind of hit me today. Where it's like, oof. But this is what I've been working for, I guess. This is what I've been building up towards over the years. Getting more and more comfortable doing things that I never thought I would have been able to do. And here we are, and there I am. So if you see things change again, know that I told you. But yeah, my word for this year, I should have known. But the word isn't necessarily something that I pick. The word is just a vibe. It's like, I wonder what this year is going to bring me. And then the word comes, and either it's like, oh, okay, or it's like, oof. And it was both. It was like, okay, oof. Type energy. You know what I mean? Maybe I am seriously considering Texas. And like, I never wanted to go to Texas, honestly. But I am seriously considering it. Yeah. So, but we'll see, because something else completely different could come up. And Texas is a part of my longer plan to get where I ultimately want to be. And it's not to say that there won't be some kind of like shortcut that puts me in a position that was like, I may not necessarily think that I would go right into, but I know that I'm capable. But still, I'm like, oof, bottom of the deck, the magician. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ooh. Bread with the gold trim. Ooh. I don't think I've ever seen this card the way that I'm seeing it. And the Two of Pentacles is under that. I don't know. It's like, oh my gosh. I don't like heat. My mom was in Texas one winter and she was like, "Oh, it's like however many degrees. It's so nice here. It's so warm here." I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh. I do not want warm." I see. I didn't think I wanted warm, but I feel like as I get older, I'm warming up, pun intended, to winters that aren't freezing cold. Because when we went to India in January, it was so nice. It was kind of nice, not freezing. But I don't. It also was like winter in India, and I wasn't sweating either. Because if I would have broke a single sweat, I would have been ready to come back immediately. I don't like sweating. And I'm a sweater. I sweat a lot. I'm a sweater. All right. Little tarot. Oop. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot, because of course it is. Who's behind the Chariot? I'm curious. The Eight of Wands. Oh, snap. Hierophant, Eight of Wands. So it's the Six of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, and the Chariot. The Six of Pentacles, especially in this deck, but the Six of Pentacles in general, is one of my personal soulmate cards because it's all about reciprocity, give and take. All about that. Love it. Love it. And I kept saying it. The cards that came out, though, Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I think for me, there was a certain was a certain place in life that I wanted to be in before I got to other things. But I feel like I've almost reached the point where it's like if I continue to conduct myself in that way, there are some things that I might, it's not that I might miss out on it, but I am all about efficiency. I am all about spiritual, mental, emotional efficiency. How can I get through this? How can I experience this one time in a way that I get everything that I need and I don't have to repeat it? How can I live my life so that I can get my blessing, I can get my miracle on the first go around so I don't have to live a spiral? Like, because why? I procrastinate a lot. I do. I'll admit it. I procrastinate a fair amount. But what I won't procrastinate for too long is the work. Because there are places in life that I want to be. And oh my gosh, the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands aren't even in the deck. We got to do it all over again. I need to clean today. I hear a vacuum. I still have my mom's vacuum. I got a little Roomba, but every now and then I like to give the Roomba a break. I was so Roomba spoiled that when I did vacuum, I was like, oh, my arm is getting sore. I'm not used to having to do this. But I hear a vacuum and I got my mom's vacuum and I need to give it back. And before I give it back, I need to use it. So that's what I was going to do today. I was like, when I get out of the gym, I'm going to go home and clean. Yeah. I'm like, oof. Yeah, that's what I'm like. But you know what? I actually have family in Texas. I need to see. Actually, I'm gonna look real quick. I wonder how far it is. We go to directions. I literally just forgot the name of the city. It was in my mind, and now it's on the tip of my brain. Here it is. It's a 4 hour and 50-minute drive. Oof. That is not necessarily close. It's a lot farther than I thought it'd be. Texas is huge. Oh, okay. There we go. Do I know anybody? Anyway, it's fine. You can't be on the high. I was struggling. Like when we went to the eclipse, I was struggling. I'm the worst road tripping partner. I fall asleep. There was an hour from where I live to Purdue, just an hour. In the car for 10 minutes, I'm asleep. My mom would be like, "You are the worst road trip car buddy ever." I'm like, "I'm sorry." It just, I fell asleep. All right. Mini Witches Tarot. Now that you are complete, we're going to move to the big one. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles just showed its face. 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Pentacles, King of Swords. Oh, sorry, that was the 6 of Cups and the King of Swords. Yeah, my life was a lot of not doing things because I was afraid. Rightfully so. I was differently abled then as I am now. Like I'm doing stuff on the game with my brother that I would have never been able to do ever. And sometimes I do pretty darn good. So like it made sense for me to be as cautious and vigilant as I was, but there were so many things that I didn't do because of it. So if my journey and my healing journey, part of that is me doing things, like actively doing a lot of things and actively engaging in many, many, many ways, it makes sense for me because that's what I was actively and intentionally not doing before. Right? I think sometimes there are people who are doers. 6 of Swords, 2 of Swords. I think sometimes there are people who are doers and they're used to doing. And part of their journey may be to sit and wait sometimes. Sit, wait, see, hear, listen, and then make the move. You know, maybe not. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. You should know you. You know, take that in mind. And there's something else that I forget. I don't know what it is. It's fine. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Queen of Pennies, 7 of Pennies. I'm just like, oof. What am I about to get myself into? Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's either, I don't know if I've said, for me, it's in between the UK, New York, and Texas for right now. I'm leaning mostly towards Texas, but if Texas doesn't happen, I'm not going to be like upset. So, yeah, I've never wanted to go to Texas. It's been at the bottom of the list of places that I want to go for a long time. And I'm in engineering, and there were a whole bunch of like engineering jobs opening up. 9 of Cups, duh. There were a whole bunch of engineering jobs like opening up, and I was like, oh yeah, but thank you, me too. And it's so funny. It was, I think, last week. I got a 5-year memory. Um, it was like, let me see. I'll try to pull it up. I got this 5-year memory on Facebook. What? So it was this. I posted that in 2019. You can't read it. It's fine. Me, my eyes are getting bad and I can't comfortably play most games anymore, but I'm finally okay with that. 2019, Kingdom Hearts 3 release, Borderlands 3 release, other things I've been waiting years for. Me, shocked Pikachu face. Like it was literally, I was like, you know what? Because video games were my crutch. It was like, I don't want to think about something. I'll just go play a video game for hours. And then I was like, you know what? I finally accepted that this is where I am. And then they were like what was the timeline between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3? Like games that it was like literally a decade and it was multiple games. And I was like, when I finally accept my lot in life, they want to come out with everything that I've been waiting for. But then I had my cataract surgery and I beat Borderlands 3 with my brother. I've started Kingdom Hearts 3, played and beat Bayonetta 3, like all of those I've been able to play. So, it can be kind of crazy how things. Oh, to be alone and still find joy. Ooh, Ace of Swords in the Chariot. Okay. Final card from the Witch's Tarot, please. Oh, we're doing one of these. Yep. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords. Oh, a few cards. So first Strength came out. And I love that in this Strength card, they're not like fighting. They're like, she's not trying to force the lion's mouth open. They're just like chilling. The lion is like, yeah, this is my person. And then the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Cups all came out together. The Hierophant was on top. With the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that's 10 swords all together. But again, the 10 of Swords is one of my personal favorite cards because there were so many things in my life that I refused to even like look at or think about. And because I refused to look at or think about them, I was very much so mentally trapped in a lot of ways. And it wasn't until I started to look at those things, and of course they weren't pleasant, but it wasn't until I started to look at those things that I started to find ways to accommodate. And it was actually following up on my accommodations and following up with my accommodations that led me to get the eye exam where they looked at my retinas or whatever. And they're like, oh, like you have a tear on your cornea. Also, you have cataracts. You got cataracts and a tear. And they're like, well, like a cataract surgery is like nowadays, it's pretty simple. It's pretty quick. And I had a really, really, really good ophthalmologist. It was like 5 minutes. And he was like, I was in and out. It was done quick. I was like, it literally changed. Like even now, sometimes I'll be amazed that I can like see as far as the eye can see. Like I can see way into the horizon. When before I couldn't even like see from one end of this room to the other. Like so extremely nearsighted. I couldn't recognize like anybody in the store. And now I'm like seeing people. But because I lived so much of my life not being able to see people, because I couldn't see people, I wouldn't speak to people because I didn't see them. But now I'm like, not necessarily as much anymore. But now I'm like, man, like if I see somebody, like, should I say something? I just like, I never knew that they were there because I couldn't see them before. Or somebody would be like, Patrick, hey. And I'd have to go by the voice. Or I'd just be like, hey, whoever you are. 9 of pennies. With the 5 of pennies. 5 of pennies, 9 of pennies. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of wands. It doesn't matter how much you have or don't have. Abundance is a state of mind. Abundance is an energy. So even though I wasn't rich and people thought I was rich, you know? Or whatever, I don't know. The thing that I like about this 5 of Pentacles, though, is that the tree bears fruit regardless. Regardless of the environment, the tree still bears fruit. And maybe that is the takeaway today. Like, with as challenging as life was, or as difficult as life can be, or could be, there were always opportunities. Thank you. Also, the chocolate home. That sounds amazing. I feel like people in general, maybe. There are lots of kind people out there. I'll say that. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of wands because it wasn't easy, but the 10 of wands. The 10 of wands is the 10 of wands, Ace of Swords, 9 of wands, 9 of cups. There's that Ace of Swords again. Never too far. And the 9 of wands. Excuse me. I don't like. I've had my beat down, bruised and blooded, wounded warrior days. But ever since I made the conscious decision, like whatever I have to face, whatever I have to go through or work through within me, I'm gonna do it because I don't know how much longer I would have had if I didn't. We'll just say that. I was off on my own in my apartment, and it would have been not pleasant. But fortunately, that is a life in reality that I don't have to experience because that's not the path that I chose. So, is this Llewellyn? This don't say Llewellyn on it. I mean, I got this deck off of Wish, so I got this one off of Wish. This was the 3rd tarot deck that I bought. I got the Wild Unknown Tarot and Animal Spirits off of Amazon, and then I went on to Wish, and I got the Witch's Tarot, and I got the Energy Oracle cards. Well, I got the Energy Oracle cards and the Universe Has Your Back cards after. I'm pretty sure I just got this by itself because it was like a $3, $4 deck. And when I first got it, I didn't really connect to it. And then after a few months, one day I did. And now it's one of my faves. just not hardly use it. There are so many decks that I have that I barely use. Excuse me. And apparently yesterday was National Unicorn Day, so I was gonna come on and use the Affirmators because they have unicorns on them, but I did not. Yesterday, I elected to play the game. And like take it easy. I opened the book that I got. I read 2 pages, or 3 pages. One of them was the dedication. Like I read pages where like there were barely any text. I got to the first page of the first chapter, and then I had a talk with my journey buddy, and I haven't gone back. So. But I opened the book, and that's what's important. I was like, I feel like I've had a lot of screen time. I was kind of burnt out on screen time. I was like, I don't know what else to do. And it was either read or meditate. And so I chose to read. I could probably do yoga in here. I was doing yoga out in the other room. But then, anyway, this part is fine. This video is long enough. I could do yoga in here. I think I might do yoga in here now. I'll just have to like move this table. Or I could move the new table that I have in there. It has wheels on it, so I can just push it. You wouldn't think that it has wheels on it because it doesn't look that it has. It doesn't look like it has wheels. It looks like wooden legs, but there's actually like little wheels under them, and it just like rolls. So I could practice the tree pose. Trees everywhere. All right. Well, I guess that's what I got. I guess today was another self-read / where I am. Again, this is part 2 of the, like, we got an announcement at work. And instead of getting the announcement before the lunar eclipse, we got the announcement in this between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse window. And yeah, the solar eclipse, it was like when I say I watched that video back and I kind of cringe a little bit, but I was the high key so shook. Like, because when it's in totality, you can look at it without the glasses because there's like barely any sunlight and you can't see it through the glasses anyway. And that was when I had like taken the glasses off because I couldn't see it. And my mom was like, record it. And so I pulled out my phone. And then when I went up to like look at it, I was like, oh my gosh, like, wow. Anyway, I'm going to have to travel to see it again. Because it was just that whatever. I think like Australia, Africa, before that one, because I looked it up or it came across my feed. I think in 2026, it's going to be somewhere where peak totality will last up to like 6 minutes or something like that. I can't remember where it was. I think in 2025, they said it will be in like Greenland, Iceland, and like parts up there, they'll be able to see it. But in 2026, I forget where. It's fine. Anyway, I hope you all have an amazing whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. I hope that whatever you need along your path, journeying where you find. I hope that as you, I don't know. I hope you whatever you want. I hope it for you in a way that you align yourself with it and that you say yes when the opportunity comes and that you align yourself to get those opportunities, however that looks. I don't know. So I will see y'all the next time where I'm gonna open this booster pack. I'm gonna do it. I got 2 more of these unopened, still sealed. I wish I had more. It's fine. Anyway, see you later. Bye.